CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of us.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Andrea Jack, and Tom Lucas.
Welcome to the on-air open house. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy CIL 650 and around the world on the World Wide Web. Andrea, it's belated happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
It was what, Friday you had your birthday?
Friday.
And then Friday night you went over to Victoria?
I did.
Saw your granddad. How is he?
He's wonderful.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's always good to see.
And he likes
98.
Is he really?
Yeah.
And he listens to you on the radio every day?
He
every Sunday.
loves it.
Yeah. And Billy is back from Mexico. Nice to see you. You've grown a little something on your face there.
Yes, I've decided to go a little colonial.
A little? And your wife is okay with that?
She's the one that talked me into it.
Nice. We'll go see you had a good trip.
Oh, it's 33 degrees every day.
Nice. First
person I talked to, I'm out at the barbecue something. I said, where are you from? They said, oh, I'm from White Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So then they leave, and the next people come up. I said, where are you from? They said, oh, I'm from Ladner.
No.
Next people come up. I mean, I work in Ladner, but I'm from South Surrey.
Nice.
So you know where to go to find your next door neighbor now.
Exactly.
Go to
We're
Mexico.
all down in Mexico.
Yeah, well, sorry.
I was going to say, I think it's because going to Cabo, the flights, actually, it's quite easy to get there.
4 hours.
4 hours, yeah, it's not bad.
I'm in line coming back.
Do you remember the flight?
Absolutely.
Good boy. So Bill Macklem, who is the president of Davinia Macklem Mortgages, is back live in the studio, and he will be talking about interesting things later on in the program, right, Billy?
Absolutely. We're talking a little bit about Mexico, and we're going to talk again about reverse mortgages.
Interesting. Because I've got some people talking to me about that. I said, talk to Bill. For Lord's sake, talk to Bill. He knows all about that kind of stuff. Also, you will have the mortgage rate update, right?
Absolutely. And,
of course, Andrea has a super-duper question for you, too.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, also in the show, we're going to be talking to a couple of your clients.
Yeah.
Who are in the process of downsizing.
That's right.
And it's not just buy a smaller house from a big house and move, is it? It's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll check that out, too.
Our Radio Real Estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, says spring has arrived and the gloom and doom and doubt are gone.
We're also going to be talking about renovating again with Mark Jock, CEO of Mark Craft Homes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about bringing the outdoors in and the indoors out. It's that time of year, Willie. It is that time of year.
Waiting for it to be here, Tom.
Yeah, well, it won't be long. You brought it back in your suitcase, I think. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy CIL 650. We're all about real estate. If you want to find out what the show is about, go to the website, radiorealestateshow.ca, radiorealestateshow.ca. If you missed one of the previous shows, just download one of our podcasts.
Monica Di Briga, president of Mummy Maids, joins us, and today she's chatting about an environmentally friendly, made-at-home way to take great care of all our leather products.
And the Radio Real Estate News headlines are coming up. I'll be reading the headlines from the stories that made the news this past week. Bill and Andrea will give us their expert opinions, and Norm Holmes, the vice president of Pioneer West Acceptance Corporation, will be on the line, and we're going to chat about some of his great opportunity investments he has available for us.
Wow.
Our mortgage question of the week is coming up. If you have a question for Bill, please leave it on our website, radiorealestateshow.ca.
All right, Billy, there you're back in the studio. Let's get back right down to work right now. I need to borrow some money. Fast?
Oh, yeah. Fast?
What was it going to cost?
Well, it depends on how fast.
Okay.
So I had a client that came to me on Tuesday, wants to close on Monday.
That's pretty fast.
So there isn't a bank out there that's going to close. So that means you got to go to a secondary lender. Something like our buddy over there at Norm Holmes.
Pioneer West,
one of his. Yeah. So that's fast. If we have at least 10 days for instructions, we're going to go to a bank. Banks will do it, hopefully in that time frame. Some of our credit unions are a little bit slower right now because they are really busy. So it'll take up to 3 days. So what'll happen is that we're going to be using variable rates, which are down as low as 2%, but normally about 2.2 would be more realistic. There's always the people that are offering you some really hot rates, but there's a whole bunch of restrictions. And the 5-year rate, probably around 2.6, 2.65, 2.7 for the people that do not want to move their mortgage for the next 5 years, do not want to sell the next 5 years, do not want to pay down their mortgage the next 5 years, and like having penalties. Otherwise, you're looking at about 2.75, 2.8.
The next big question is anybody offering anything free?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay.
In our next segment, Bill will answer your mortgage question of the week. We examine the Radio Real Estate headline news, and we speak with Mark Jock, CEO of Mark Craft Homes, about the renos that add value and comfort to your home.
No, Mark was on vacation too.
Yes.
Yes, another sunny place, wasn't he?
Oh, Phoenix, wasn't he?
Arizona.
So now I know, maybe you should talk to Mark about bringing the outdoors into the indoors out for springtime. What do you think?
Oh, I think that would be a good idea.
Good idea. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house. It's Tom Lucas along with Andrea Jock. We've got our friend, Mr. Bill Macklem, who's back live in the studio. And Dwayne Bishop is keeping the show on the air today. It's Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
So good.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
CIL 650. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Well, he's back in studio with us. You're smiling away. You're growing the... Who's famous in Mexico for having a little goatee and mustache? Goatee, I think is that what they call it? Goatee.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is sort of Spaniard Mexican swashbuckler.
Oh. Fred Astaire?
Fred Astaire, absolutely. Gee, better send you back down there, I think, for some more reconnaissance missions.
I got to do some more reconnoitering.
That too, yeah. So you've got your first weekend sweater on. Looks really good.
Yes.
And it's the first.
Brown. Look how tan I am.
Oh, you're so tan.
I'm starting to peel.
I noticed that. Would you stop?
And
Andrea, while he's peeling, you want to give him the question here, and I'll get out of the way here.
This question of the week comes from Yoshi Tamashura. Yoshi would like to know what mortgage insurance is and why does she have to pay it?
Well, thanks, Andrew. That's a good question from Yoshi. Mortgage insurance is a product that all the banks want you to take. And the reason why they want you to take it is that, first off, it insures the mortgage in case that something happens to you, like a death. So it's death insurance, really. What happens with it is it actually then pays off the mortgage. From a consumer perspective, it's not quite as attractive for two reasons. First off, when you apply for the insurance, they always ask if you have any pre-existing conditions. And in some cases, you don't know you have one. And so you start paying this insurance. But when you make the claim, these insurance people are looking for reasons how they can get out of paying the insurance. There was a story about, I won't say which bank it was, but there's a story of a bank where a guy and his wife and the three kids were in the Okanagan. She got killed in an accident, obviously in a AATV. They made their claim. The bank went through and said, "Oh, you went to the doctors and you told us you didn't go to the doctors, so therefore we reject your claim." They had to go to court. They finally got it all righted, but you have a passing of someone that's special to you, and now you have to go through this transition to get your money. It's really awkward. So the other aspect of bank insurance is the fact that it's a flat line insurance. So as you pay your mortgage down, the insurance will only pay the outstanding balance of the mortgage. But let's say that you're the breadwinner in the family and your husband isn't, so he's looking after the kids. You pass away, the house is paid off, he has no money to live on. So that's why you would want to have a private source of insurance so that you can have insurance that allow you to make the decision of whether you're going to pay off all the mortgage, half the mortgage, keep some of the money for you to make payments on whatever your lifestyle is, so that you have control over it. And the fact is that when you have life insurance through a private source, you know you've got it.
And if you have it through a private source, then you can choose to either pay off the bank or go on an Alaskan cruise and buy a new fur coat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds pretty good to me.
For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Does your house have a roof? Does your house have walls? Does your house have windows? Does it have a door?
Well, now that's a good question. Does my house have all that kind of stuff? If it doesn't, it's not much of a house, right? Oh, my goodness.
Probably
Could be
half a house.
simply uncanny.
It could be unroofed, too.
That could be.
And if you want to take the roof off the house and have a little house burning party, I know the guy I'd invite. His name is Mark. He is the CEO of Markcraft Homes. We have him on the line. Mark, welcome back.
Well, good morning, Tom and Andrea.
How are you, my friend?
I am, I'm just kind of getting over traveling here, Tom, but getting my feet planted again.
Well, Dad, you know who you're missing to say hello to as well that's actually also feeling the same way as you and is back from holidays is Billy Mac.
Oh, Billy Mac's back. Well,
Yeah.
my sympathies.
Yeah, my condolences are back to you. We left 33 degrees and landed in 3.
You know what? I know. Isn't that a shocker?
Oh, and no sunshine.
So I'm really...
Well, it's about as good as it's going to get here for a little while, I think, right?
Well, come on, there's an election coming up in May. Oh, sorry, you weren't talking about that. May, yeah.
No, May.
Now, listen, I know that you're back from the sunshine. Bill is back from the sunshine. So a little bird told me that you wanted to talk about bringing the outdoors in and the indoors out today.
Well, you're really optimistic, Tom.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But, depending on... We talked yesterday about kitchen renovation and all the various factors that are involved with that. And one of them, of course, is the opportunity to maybe open up a wall or open up space which will allow access to outdoor area if you don't have one or you don't have a large opening. Now, I guess depending on whether you have an upsloping lot or a downsloping lot, you can take advantage of deck extensions or patio extensions. Number of great possibilities, and of course, people love the summer kitchens, outdoor fireplaces. They have a tremendous selection of these things in the marketplace nowadays.
And lots of people, too, have these ovens you take outdoors. Do you leave them out there now? They're made out of rock or stone. And,
right. Outdoor kitchens.
Kind of cool.
Cool.
Outdoor kitchens, Tom, if you like pizza, they have some fantastic pizza ovens that will actually get up to 700-800 degrees. So you can create a really nice pizza crust, in minutes.
I think we're coming over to your house for dinner this weekend.
I don't have a pizza oven.
Yeah.
I like mushrooms and
Bill likes mushrooms.
All right, guys.
We know they got to go and see now. Yeah.
Made to order.
Now, regardless of bringing the outdoors in and indoors out, we're seeing more and more not only sliding doors, but now these what do you call them? They're almost like a bifold door?
The nano.
Folding doors.
Folding doors?
Right. Clip doors, they're called. They've had NAFTA had changed regulations on outdoor in regards to moisture penetration, winds, and what have you. So the manufacturers had to go back to school on this and create a more substantial kind of a unit that would be acceptable in various municipalities. But that being said, they're really neat. If you've got a big enough wall, you can actually, a wall space, you can actually create a cavity and slide those track doors right into the wall. So you have basically, no folding issues to deal with. But you tend to kind of bunch up a folding door or clip door towards one side of the room.
How do you keep the mosquitoes out or the bugs out?
This isn't Winnipeg. We don't have bugs here.
What the heck? We don't have bugs on the West Coast, do we?
No. We don't have much sunshine. We don't have bugs.
There's all kinds of neat screens that will prevent little creatures from coming in.
Even with the bifold doors?
A little trickier, but it can be done.
You meant the little guys that are flying in, not the little.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's talking. I think
I'm not talking about
the grandchildren. No,
Labradors or grandchildren.
Yeah. Well, Mark, somebody calls you and they haven't made up their mind what they want to do in the kitchen yet. They want to take the indoors out. They want to take the outdoors in. Can they sit down with you, pour you a cup of coffee, and say, "Let's chat"?
Absolutely. That's what we like to kind of get to know. You got to get to know your client, the client's lifestyle, what his wishes are, and of course what his budget might be. Mm-hmm. So we can try and work through these challenges. Now,
are you guys pretty well backed up? Or are you still taking on new jobs?
Oh, we're never too busy to at least have consultations with individuals and always looking for new work.
Sounds good to me. Now, if Mark wants to get a hold of you, how can they do so on the telephone?
The best way to get a hold of us is at our office, 604-461-2560.
Okay, so that number once again is?
461-2560.
And just ask for Mark, and you'll say, is the coffee out? I'm coming over, right?
You betcha.
All right, so is it too taxing if I was to ask you what we're going to talk about next week, or do you want to?
If I'm not available, Maddie will be available. One of us will be available.
Okay, and we're coming over tomorrow night for dinner.
Very good.
We'll see you then.
Let me know the time.
Okay. He's leaving
Bye,
town.
Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Happy birthday again, Andrea.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Belated birthday. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Dad remembered.
He did.
Notice your mom didn't call, though. Coming up, we're going to check about the real estate stories that made the headlines this past week. We're going to be speaking with Norm Holmes, the Vice President of Pioneer West Acceptance Corporation. And Norm has some great information for us about some interesting investment opportunities.
This is Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing with our mortgage expert, Bill Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate Vancouver's original on-air open house on CIL 650.
CIL 650.
This is the part of the program I really enjoy. We get to talk to none other than Mr. Norman Holmes, who is the Vice President at Pioneer West Acceptance Corporation. Because if you follow Norm's suggestions, you too could be a rich man, Billy.
Absolutely.
You could afford to go on more holidays. Norman, how are you?
Excellent. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Bill's looking good. He's back from Mexico. He's all tan. You and I should go on a vacation. But the question is, can we afford it? We should talk a little more about that later on, maybe off the air. But Norm, first of all, today, let's talk about the real estate market. What do you think that's looking like?
Well, that's a great question, Tom. Last year, the provincial government implemented the increased property purchase tax on foreign buyers and on sales over $2 million. In addition, they restricted the assignment of real estate contracts, and the City of Vancouver introduced a new tax on vacant homes.
Well, that's a lot of change, especially in just 1 year. Now, how did that affect the real estate market?
The government did this in an attempt to cool off the real estate market, reduce the amount of foreign speculation in the Vancouver market, and to make housing more affordable. It had an immediate impact. Real estate sales last summer dropped, particularly on the high-end market, but they have since returned to near normal 10-year levels. The average sale price and sales have dropped compared to last year, but they're all close to a 10-year average.
So would you say the changes accomplished what the government intended?
I would say partially. The changes did reduce the number of high-end sales and slow the market growth and activity, but the bottom half of the market was still increasing in average sale price. And remember, part of the government's plan was to make housing more affordable in Vancouver, and on that goal, I don't think it had any effect.
So how do you think these changes really affect real estate and mortgage investing, Norm?
Well, since the changes, the market is still good and stable in Vancouver. The Fraser Valley and Victoria markets are very hot right now. I would say for investors to be cautious with higher-end properties, say over the $3 million mark, and because that's the market that's most affected by the new rules.
Norman, that really makes a lot of sense.
This is Norm Holmes of Radio Real Estate.
For more information, call Norm Holmes at 604-987-1420. That's 604-987-1420. Or visit pioneerwest.com. That's pioneerwest.com.
It's time now for the Radio Real Estate News headlines. I'll read these stories that made the headlines this past week, and my dear friends will give us what they think on the situation. First of all, a number of landlords in Vancouver have been working and looking very, very hard recently for ways to increase rents. But apparently, good landlords don't need to use any loopholes to raise the rents.
No, they don't, actually. There's more effective methods.
Yes, they are. Any landlord's been in business for any length of time? Mm-hmm. They understand the process. Mm-hmm. So they set their rents to accomplish what they want up front, as opposed to do a catch-up all the time.
It's kind of like having a contingency fund then.
Exactly.
So they know what their expenses will be for the next year or so?
Or maybe next 5 years.
Okay. Now, giving it 110%, you've heard that in sports all the time. Let's give it 110%. Well, you can't give it 110%, but when it comes to affordable housing, 50% will do the job. I guess you can say the whole situation's in half a house.
Yeah, I saw that article.
Did you see those pictures? What do you think?
Well, that was interesting. I mean, it's so you have almost 90% coverage over a one lot, and half of it is the house, and the other part of the roof is actually covering the parking area for the people. So all they're doing is they're just taking a small lot and just having half a house.
It seems like half the house is a townhouse and the other half is a garage.
Yeah.
Or a carport.
Exactly.
A carport.
But can they use that space for more housing?
No, they can't.
No. They can't.
Because you have a coverage issue with all municipalities.
I see. Okay. I see now.
And once you put windows and sliding doors in there, it's not No. Okay, subsidies have led to an out-of-control situation. Blame the BC government. You got to blame somebody. Blame the BC government for the real estate market situation. Who wants to go first?
So I would.
Okay.
And my thought is this. So for the last 10 years, we've had a situation whereby the major government, which is the BC government, has decided to let the municipalities make decisions on how they're going to do infrastructure and rentals. What happens is that you have an ad hoc, inefficient process whereby none of these properties are done properly. I think the province has to take control back from the municipalities and start making some decisions and building things like MURBs, which we did back in the 50s and 60s, which were, those are multi-use family units. They make them, they're on a 30-year or 25-year or 40-year, depending on what product you got. And they make them into rental properties so that people have rental properties that have restricted rental rates acquired to them. So therefore, you're doing it properly. You need to have somebody that has a little bit of vision. And you can't have 37 municipalities with 37 mayors trying to make a decision on 2 million people.
Well, it sounds like somebody has a vision here. It says a record new home construction is needed for an underlying problem.
Oh, this is going on. I mean, so you got to figure out that, gee whiz, everybody wants to live in BC because it's the best province. We all know that.
Yeah.
So by 2040, we're going to have 1 million people here. They're going to need 500,000 homes. If we were going to be proactive and actually listen to what's going on in the marketplace, that means that we have to start building 2,000 extra homes a month. Starting now. Starting now. We can't even build a subdivision with a school. So I'm sorry. We're not prepared. We are not armed. We're not dangerous. We're just reacting all the time.
So what you're saying then is we're not prepared. Kind of like downsizing.
Exactly.
We're not prepared for it. Oh, well, that's the Radio Real Estate News headline. Should do this again next week. You guys amaze me with your answers. You just amaze me.
We get a little excited every
I guess so. So coming up in the next segment of the show, Andrea, what do we have for the people?
In our next segment, Monica Dino Briga, president of Mummy Maids, talks to us about an all-natural, made-at-home, environmentally friendly cleaning solution and a great way to keep our leathers looking their best all year long.
And Bill, I noticed you wore your leathers today.
Yes, I did.
Nice touch. Nice touch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
More real estate information is coming right up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
Hello there, it's Tom Lucas with the co-host Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing, Bill Macklem, the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You look stunning, my friend. And Dwayne Bishop, he always looks stunning. He's the producer of the show. It's Radio Real Estate on CIL 650, smooth and easy.
CIL 650.
The clean-up woman, 'cause she's tough. I mean, she really cleans up.
Bill, I'm so glad you decided to wear your leather pants into the studio today because you're going to really enjoy this tip from Monica.
Mexico has great leather.
Oh, they do so. But now you're back in Canada. They are getting a little dirty. I'm surprised that, who let you cross over America wearing those, but
We flew straight over.
they do need a little cleaning now, so take notes. Monica, what do you have for Bill this morning?
Here's a cheap way to polish your leather products. It's an awesome idea to replenish your leather seats in your home or your vehicle. Instead of buying leather cleaner or a special upholstery wipe, use olive oil instead. It is definitely a cheaper method and it's totally natural. Simply apply a small amount of oil into a clean rag and rub it in circles on your seat. Be sure to apply sparingly as a lot goes a long way. Polish it up with a nice soft rag and voila, beautiful looking leather seats. This is Monica Dinaberga for Radio Real Estate.
Mummy Maids will clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959. 604-533-4959. Or visit mummymaids.com. That's mummymaids.com.
I like how she said you put it on your seat and you shine it up. You have a nice shiny
You
seat.
did a nice little example of that for us.
Never mind. It's Radio Real Estate. It's smooth and easy. CL 650. Our website is radiorealestateshow.ca. You can go back there and listen to an old show if you like. You listen to anything you like. Now, first of all, let's talk a little bit about buying and selling out in the Tri-Cities. That is your area of expertise. You sell everything out there from little tin cans to great big fancy dancy homes.
That's right. There's lots of opportunities out in the Tri-Cities.
Now, Tri-Cities, do you think people are moving there from other parts of the Lower Mainland or what's happening?
Definitely more from Vancouver. We're seeing a lot of people coming from North Vancouver out to Port Moody, Coquitlam. People from Richmond, all over Vancouver.
Is it still this expensive out there or are you catching up? I hate to ask, but...
We're catching up.
Yeah.
Definitely now people from the Tri-Cities are moving more out to the Fraser Valley and out to Maple Ridge and Pitt Meadows. So we're seeing kind of this wave effect happening.
So if I was in Winnipeg or I was in North Toronto,
Yeah.
what would make me look up Tri-Cities as opposed to Vancouver or
Probably
Surrey?
Tri-Cities more compared to Vancouver, you're getting more for your money, right? So the values are,
But what would make me click into that? Like, what would make me think I should look into that?
Yeah, we actually had funny enough, a couple coming from Winnipeg, believe it or not. I just met at an open house, and they started their search in Vancouver. Again, they were finding the homes. Obviously, they're getting the shock of the prices of Vancouver, and they're thinking, well, where can I go next that's still close enough to the city? So the next kind of step past Burnaby is the Tri-Cities. So, and I think if you're looking in an area like Port Moody, if they're looking in North Vancouver, they'll compare Port Moody because there's a lot of the similar attributes, right? So Port Moody offers the natural settings, large lots, some ocean views, trails, hiking, very similar to Deep Cove, North Vancouver.
So if you have a young family, then it sounds like the Tri-Cities might be the place to be.
It's a great place, especially for young families. There's
Education, trails that you're saying to walk on.
Very safe too. Like Port Moody, we have our own police force. I shouldn't say this on the air, but I don't even lock my doors when I leave the house.
You're kidding me.
No, I feel really safe in my community.
Kind of like Mexico, kind of like Honolulu in the past. You don't lock your doors and you go, really?
No.
Like Dawson.
Yeah, no, it is safe. And then Coquitlam offers, great sports, a huge recreation complex. So it's great for kids that want to play hockey. And there's tons to do out in the Tri-Cities.
Well, I'm sure that you have some more answers about the Tri-Cities areas. Now, somebody wants to call you. What number should they call you on, Andrea?
604-783-3124.
All right, that's 604-783-3124. And do you have a website?
I do. PinnacleGroupRealEstateMarketing.com.
All right, so the website again is?
PinnacleGroupREM.com.
That's fantastic. And coming up on the show, we have, some more interesting things, right, Willie?
That's right. We're going to be talking about reverse mortgages and a little bit about Mexico after the break.
And we're going to be discussing downsizing with maybe 3 of your clients, right? Yeah, looking forward to that.
Hello, this is Andrea Jock of Pinnacle Group Real Estate Marketing with Billy Macklem, President of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
CIL 650.
Andrew, we talked a little bit about downsizing. I said, could somebody move maybe from Point Grey out to Tri-Cities? You said, sure.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of clients that are probably starting the process as we speak.
I do, yes. I have got 2 wonderful sets of clients right now that we're working with that are considering making a move out of their long-term homes and downsizing.
All right, we have Ted on the phone. Ted, hi, how are you?
I'm just great, thank you. How are you?
Welcome. I'm fine, thank you. And welcome to the Radio Real Estate Show. Nice to have you with us. I wish we could have your wife call in, but you got her out making some money today, huh?
No, she's out getting fit.
Oh, I see. And have you met Marguerite on the other line? Marguerite, I'd like you to meet our friend Ted. Marguerite, Ted, Marguerite.
Hi, Ted.
Hi, Marguerite. How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Ted.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Marguerite, where's Carl?
Carl is working on his stocks this morning.
Okay. Oh, gee. See, everybody's doing something important. We're just hanging around having a cup of coffee, just chatting about downsizing. So let's talk to Marguerite first, because you're the decision maker. We all know that when it comes to real estate. If the woman likes the place, you're buying it. If she doesn't, you're not, right?
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. Absolutely. So what are you looking for, Marguerite?
Well, we've been in the downsizing business for about a year now. We've just been psychologically trying to gear up on where we'd like to move. We have a very large home, and we're thinking of moving into a condo. So that's where we're at right now, just trying to determine where that condo might be, how many square feet we need, the type of lifestyle we're looking for.
How big is your home?
It's about 4,200 square feet.
Whoa, that's a fair-sized house.
It is.
What size condo are you looking at?
Well, we did look at about 1,300, and we thought that was just a wee bit too small. So we're looking at something maybe in the 1,500 to 1,600 square foot range, and there's hardly anything out there.
And there's lots of things to take into consideration, too, like, will that beautiful sofa set you have in your current living room fit into the sofa? Well, you know what I'm saying, right?
That's right. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have to give up. I have to say, though, that I know this artist who's a very much master kind of artist, and what she does is commission. So she has actually commissioned a painting for me that some of the things that I don't want to part with, she has painted them in this painting, and it's going to be with me forever. So I've got a teacup that came from my mother, and different things in that picture. And so that's one way of being able to part with things without crying too long.
Would this happen to be your sister, Marguerite?
Pardon me?
Would this happen to be your sister?
It does, yeah.
I thought so. Now, Ted, let's talk about the guy's view on downsizing. First of all, what are you looking for, my friend?
Well, we've decided that we're looking for a townhouse, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We looked at condos, and I agree with Marguerite. It's very difficult to get one of any size. We're not living in a house quite her size. It's around 3,000 square feet. But it's more about, just looking at another chapter in our life. And we've looked at condos, and so we look right now, we're looking for a townhouse, I would say.
Maybe I should talk to you after the show because I got a townhouse and I'm looking for a condo.
Is that right?
Maybe we could work something out. Do you have anything? What area do you live in?
Beg pardon?
I said, what area do you live in?
We live in Belcarra.
Okay. Oh, Belcarra. It's not too far from South Surrey.
We're looking at an hour.
Yeah.
Well, nothing is very far away anymore.
That's true.
At one time, we used to think, South Surrey was a long ways away. We used to think that Mission was a long ways away, Chilliwack. They're not anymore, and it's only going to get closer.
Ted, are you one of these kind of guys that have chores to do, tasks to do? Do you like to work with tools, that sort of thing?
Do I need that anymore?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No, I don't need that anymore. I think we're looking for the next chapter in our life. We've done, we've lived here in our house for 42 years. We built it here. We love it. We've got a great lifestyle in Belcarra. But, there's other great lifestyles, too.
Absolutely. Now, Ted, how long have you and your wife been thinking about downsizing?
Oh, we started a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
And we've gone to seminars on, decluttering and how you go about it and all the, steps with real estate and stuff like that. So we've done all that. And we've been working on, getting stuff out of storage that we have downstairs. Because like everybody else, we've collected over the years stuff that we had ourselves for the two daughters. When our parents passed away, you get stuff and you don't want to get rid of it. So we've been working on that.
Yeah, and you know what, Margaret, actually, that's such a nice idea, the idea of the painting. I really thought when I came to your house how great that was. It saves space. You still have, there is sentimental value, Ted, like you're saying, with things from your parents and your kids. And so that is actually a very nice idea. And there's smart things like this that people need to start thinking about in order to, how do you let some of that stuff go but still keep the memories?
Mm-hmm. One thing that Ted is saying that he's thinking of going into a townhouse, one consideration that we've got is that we don't want any stairs. Mm-hmm. We're at the point where we're thinking, how many more of these moves do we want? We've probably moved 11 times in our lifetime because Carl was in the armed forces. So we know what it's like, and we don't want to have too many more in the future. So I don't know, maybe at some point there might be assisted living or something like that, but that in-between time, we'd like to be able to stay in it as long as possible, and so that's why we're looking for something without the stairs.
Marguerite, were your kids Army brats?
Yeah, my husband was.
And whereabouts did you say you wanted to move to if you could?
Probably the Tri-City and Newport Village in particular, simply because of the walking distance. You can get to anything from one of those condos, so that would be ideal.
Now, Marguerite, if you and Carl could find the ideal place, would you call Andrea tomorrow? Are you ready to move?
Absolutely. I think we are because we've been thinking about this, like Ted, for a number of years, and we've done the whole process of thinking things through and trying to see what we can and can't live with and what we absolutely need to keep. I'm a quilter, and I'd love to be able to have enough space to do that, and that takes a big cutting table. But I'm also practical, thinking, when I get older and my arthritis sets in, maybe I won't be doing quilting till I'm 95. You know what I mean?
That's right, because from now until 95, you could be out dancing.
Well, this is it.
This
is it. I'm thinking of taking up line dance.
Marguerite, you're a great sport. When you get settled in, would you talk to us some more?
Absolutely. Would love to.
Fantastic. Thanks for taking time today, Marguerite. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. And Ted, you're still there. And thank you so much for being with us today on the show. You really added a lot to it. You're a good guy.
No problem. One thing I'll just add, if you look at a townhouse, Marguerite, we agree with her about the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we've been looking at townhouses that have the master on the main.
Well, I tell you what, my place has a master element. It has a loft upstairs, which is my studio, but you can use that for whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And the rest of the stuff happens on the main floor.
There you go.
Ted, good luck to you. And call us back when you make your move and tell us where you're settled, okay?
We'll do that.
Fantastic. And say hi to your wife for us. Thank you so much.
Good. Have a great day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you guys for being here.
Yeah, Ted, Marguerite, nice people.
They're wonderful people.
Are all your clients like that? They're so nice.
Very lucky.
And they sound like they know what they're looking for, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think they've got a good realtor.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, I think it does.
And that looks like they're ready to move.
I've actually known Marguerite now for over 10 years.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good stuff. It's Radio Real Estate. It's on Smooth and Easy, CL 650 on the World Wide Web at radiorealestateshow.ca. I think we have a new song for Bill this morning, do we?
That damn mortgage. If you really like this song, then we hope you sing along. It won't pay down the loan, but we have to bitch and moan. That damn mortgage. That damn mortgage.
She's not too pleased apparently with her mortgage broker.
No, I don't think so.
Didn't go see Bill Macklem. Maybe that's the reason why.
Absolutely. You know, we're finding that it's amazing. It's amazing business being a mortgage broker. I love being a mortgage broker. People have a tough time making decisions on who they're going to use as a mortgage broker.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons is that there are quite a number of them. The same as realtors, same as doctors, same as lawyers. There's a lot of them. So how do you make a decision? And we're finding that a lot of people think that just because you're a mortgage broker, you're able to do anything you want to do. And we're finding that we're not letting people know that we've been doing this for 30 years. I have staff that have been working for the TD Bank and Scotiabank. So if you put all our years together, we probably got close to 200 years of experience. And so people don't know that. Yeah, and you don't really talk about that because it sounds a little bit of self-flattery, and you don't want to do that. But at the same time, people forget that this is what we do, and we're pretty good at it. We've been in the top 20 mortgage brokers in Canada since 1987.
Maybe you could offer a bit of advice. A friend of mine who's roughly our age group recently bought a condo. She paid cash for it. She owns it outright. She said she needs some extra dough. I said, you should talk to Bill about a reverse mortgage. And she's afraid now that if she does this, she's going to have to be paying for it.
No.
That's what I told her. I said, no.
No, and what you do is that it's a process. I had some clients come in 2 weeks ago, and they thought they had to sell their house, and they didn't want to. You know, they talked to the realtor. The realtor says, Bill, you got to talk to these people because they shouldn't be selling their house. So I went and talked to them. And I showed them some different opportunities, and they said, well, like, we never knew that. Because what happens is that if you go to a bank, most people you talk to at the bank these days are young people. They don't own a house. They may not even have a mortgage. And they're giving advice to people on how to buy a house. And you kind of go like, well, that's kind of like, you know, you want to make sure that people know what they're talking about.
That's kind of like going to a bald barber or a toothless dentist.
Exactly. You know, like you need to.
So true.
You need to have someone that has some experience.
Absolutely, I agree. And I've actually had a client of mine go into the bank and got the worst advice ever. Basically was told that she wouldn't be able to buy a home. And then I introduced her to a broker who was able to get her hope. And within a week later, she bought a home. So, yeah.
There's a whole financial thing to this. So I've got some clients coming in right now, and they're doing really well. But they're at the point right now where they don't know what they should do. They have a lot of equity in their house, so they're capital rich or equity rich, cash poor. They're still young. They got young kids, and they're saying, okay, like, what do we do? And so I was saying, well, you know, if you don't want to buy another revenue property because you're thinking about the future, so you want to have some ability to have an income stream plus also take advantage of the growth in properties over the next 20 years, you might want to talk to Normal Homes, and we'll do a mortgage investment corporation. You're going to get anywhere from 7 to 9% on this. You want to be with someone like Norm because you want a large conglomeration of investors. You want someone who's got $25 to $50 to $100 million in the investment. So if one loan goes bad, it doesn't affect you. You don't want to be a one-off. Like, I don't want to lend Tom money and then Tom can't make the payment. So therefore, I'm stuck with getting my money back. Whereas if I'm doing it as a group and somebody can't make the payment, then what happens is that that doesn't have a real effect on it.
Does a quarter help?
No.
Oh, okay.
3 pesos.
3 pesos, please.
3 pesos.
You just got back. I'm glad you brought up pesos. You just got back from Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, and you love the place. I know you've been showing me pictures of the water and everything. If I wanted to move down there, would it be expensive?
No, it wouldn't.
Really?
There's places there you can buy condos down there for $250,000, $300,000, $350,000. You get your financing up here, go down there and buy cash. I was talking with a Remax realtor down in Cabo, and the owner of the real estate office is actually from Kelowna.
Mm-hmm.
So he owns the Remax office. So, like, there's a lot of Canadians down there that are helping Canadians buy and acquire properties.
You're going to say, too, you were saying earlier in the show that you ran into a couple of people from South Surrey and different areas?
It was amazing. Like, we're at a timeshare. My cousin owned it. And so we went down to the barbecue to do some barbecuing. And the first person I saw there said, "Oh, hi. We're always friendly. Where are you from?" And he says, "I'm from White Rock." And then, so he finished cooking what he had to cook. So then we went, another lady came down and she's cooking up some wieners. And so I said, "Where are you from?" And she said, "I'm from Ladner."
Wow. So, because Andrew and I are going to go down there. You know that, eh?
Well, I'm in the lineup coming back home.
Freezing cold in here, and we're sitting there
really?
now.
And Trevor, the fellow from Dawson I've known for years, he's there with his family. And I know them really well. They're the next people in front of me in the lineup to get back to Canada.
Well, maybe I'll stay down in Mexico. That's your attitude then. Sounds like a good place. Andrea, if somebody wants to get a hold of Bill during the week, how should they do so?
They can get expert mortgage information online by visiting billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Yeah, the next segment of the program, we'll get hear from our radio real estate home handyman, Mr. Finn Jensen, who says spring is here, the gloom and the doubts are gone.
This is Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, with the effervescent Andrea Jacques of Pinnacle Group Real Estate. Producer extraordinaire, Dwayne Bishop. I always think of him as the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Right?
Well, he's not, okay?
But he's a rock.
He has more hair.
He's a rock.
Well, maybe, but he has more hair.
And he's always here.
But he's got more hair.
And, of course, the illustrious, famous Tom Lucas.
Oh.
You're listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
That's the glad you said that.
CL 650. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
It's Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650. Time now for the Radio Real Estate Show. Home handyman, his name is Finn Jensen. He's on the line right now. He's down from the roof. Finn, hello there. How are you?
Good afternoon, Tom, and good afternoon to everyone. As the weather steadily improves and the temperatures rise, so do our expectations. The ability to see opportunities improve in sunlight. It's not that there isn't anything interesting to look at when it's gloomy. It's just that the view is limited. Oftentimes, the most interesting situations hide behind clouds. Our coastal weather is received differently by the population. Some march through it, others did choose to just relax and let it pass. The two sides and the ones in the middle is what makes the market, the nature of which has propelled it to the top of the heap. Was there ever any doubt? We live with 4 seasons environment and a 12-month business cycle year to year. Our real estate needs rain, snow, wind, and sun to grow and produce the kind of results that we have become accustomed to. The land is peopled by optimists from around the globe who recognize the value before them. Rivers of water, lakes, and oceans to sail on, mountains to ski in, to camp and enjoy in the wilderness. To marvel at the miles of farmland stretching to orchards above lakes and deserts, to mountain plateaus and rangeland around small towns. And here, there is room to breathe. Tomorrow's land for those who can see beyond the sky into the future. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
For all your spring maintenance, call Gentech Mechanical Installations 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
You know, sorry, I was going to say, Bill, when you were listening to Finn there, I thought you were going to break out to the shores of Gitchy Gumi with him.
I'm never going to sing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, you betcha. Give Finn Jensen a call. He's going to take care of you this spring. Give Bill Macklem a call and take care of your money needs if you need a mortgage or what.
Absolutely.
Just want to stop by for some of your mom's cookies.
You know what? People don't realize that we're there to help.
Yes.
And there's no pressure.
No.
So we talk to you. We try to find out what you want. Where we're going to get. We have close to 70 different lenders. So it's not as if we're slotted into one type of lending. We can find any kind of money you need as long as you've got good credit and income. So all we got to do is we got to find out what's best for you.
All right, now I have a question for you, Bill. I go to your office, lovely office, brand new office over there in South Surrey. Andrew, you go and you sit down in some gorgeous leather chairs. You have some mints there, some cookies, whatever. You have 2 television sets up on the wall, 2 giant TV sets. They're both on the same station.
One free chai.
Oh, that explains it. One free chai, he says. Good Lord.
There are also 2 different TVs.
They're 2 different TVs, but they're watching.
So one is like in HD and the other one is in almost analog HD.
What the heck does that mean?
It means that one kind of spreads out a little bit, the other one is very crisp.
Gotcha. Andrea, let's talk about a house that you have for sale. Now, one of them just happens to be, I won't give any names, but the gentleman we were talking to earlier today?
Yeah, actually, on Monday, we're listing his beautiful property, like you say, in a 3,000 square foot sensational home with spectacular ocean views in Belcarra.
Wow.
Yeah, what's truly special about this home is literally you drive down a gorgeous meandering driveway in your 17,000 square foot park-like lot, which feels like you're in Stanley Park. And you've got a gorgeous deck overlooking the beautiful ocean views. The house is immaculate.
Wow.
It's like when I can see why Ted might be wanting to have a little time away from, maybe doing something different with his life, because he has kept that home in one of the best conditions I've ever seen.
How big did you say the yard was when you drive down there?
It's 17,000 square foot lot.
No wonder he wants to move into a
It's
townhouse.
almost like a quarter acre.
It is, yeah.
But it's stunning. I mean, someone with a young family and children to move into a home like that now, they can enjoy, their kids can grow, there's room to play, they have the view. And get this house comes with one of the best private dock share opportunities available in Belcarra.
You're kidding.
So you can have a 30-foot boat, spend the days out there boating, crabbing, come back, enjoy a barbecue on your beautiful deck, have a hot tub, look at the ocean. I mean, who would not want
I was worried because I didn't know what I was going to do with my yacht.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so Ted, I bet you don't even want to leave now that I'm describing
Probably
your home.
not.
Fun.
But if somebody's interested in this house of Ted's, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can call 604-783-3124. And we're also going to be hosting an open house next weekend.
When's Ladies' Night Out coming up? Is that over this year?
Yeah, that's exciting. That's coming up June 17th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Ladies' Night In.
Well, I was thinking how Bill and I could go.
Are you a lady?
No.
Do you can be a bondman.
A what?
A bondman.
I have my suspicions what they could. A bondman.
Bondman.
As in James Bond?
As in James Bond.
Does that have anything to do with a tuxedo?
Yep. That's the only way you guys can get in. You have to sneak in and be a bondman.
I can get a tuxedo.
I can get a tuxedo.
Let's go. Okay, go ahead. Come on this
my
year.
little goatee and my tan.
I
might look good.
HOT, buddy. You be HOT, I'll be HAWT. Hot. Andrea, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful job as usual. Bill, welcome back.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it very much.
You're looking very debonair there with that tan and that thing on your face.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see whether we can keep the tan going for a little bit.
You just look like Dwayne here in a short time. Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, I don't think my beard will look as good as his.
Never mind. See you next week, buddy.
You bet.
Dwayne, thank you so much. See you during the week. Enjoy yourself. It's the Radio Real Estate Show, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, bright and early on CL 650. It's Tom Lucas for everybody on the Radio Real Estate Show. Thank you. Bye.